We're gonna cover everything from manifestation to limiting money beliefs to remembering, honoring your inner child. I have divided everything into chapters, so just feel free to dive into the chapters that interest you the most. However, I feel like I'm gonna share some really powerful insights in this video, so I do recommend watching the full thing. I am sick of having to reach a specific goal in order to live the life of my dreams. I don't want to have to earn a certain amount of money, have a certain job, certain amount of followers, be in a certain place, live in a certain place. I am so over giving into these limiting beliefs. I am living the life of my dreams at the same time that I'm creating it. And if you're watching this video, I'm guessing that you are searching for ways to do the same. So I just wanted to sit down in a quiet spot and share all of the lessons and reflections that I have learned along the way of my journey that I am currently on, and that is going absolutely well because I am truly living the life of my dreams. I am truly in the happiest place of my life that I have ever been. I feel like this happened almost overnight after stopping to give in to these limiting beliefs. I wrote down a list of things that I want to take you through, like actual tools, very specific tools that you can use in order to live the life of your dreams right now, at this moment, at the same time that you are creating everything that you are envisioning for yourself right now and in the future. I feel like before going into this, it makes sense just sharing a little bit about my personal story with you without speaking about this for too long. I just want to say that basically I was in an education for around 2.5 years that I was really passionate about, but that just for many reasons was not the right choice for me. I don't regret anything because there's no reason to regret anything at all when it comes to gaining new experiences and learning new things in your life, because even though I don't have that education on the paper, I still have all the learnings from it, and I am definitely going to bring those with me for the rest of my life. I'm grateful for everything that turned me into the woman that I am today. But anyways, at the beginning of this year, I decided that I was just completely done giving into all of the limiting beliefs that I had around myself and this fear that I had around not being taken seriously and not being able to create the life of my dreams if I didn't have a specific education. So I dropped out of that education and I became a full-time content creator and now studying hormonal health and herbalism and creating content and just having really created a life for myself that I am so deeply grateful for and so truly happy with. I'm in my luteal phase right now and I'm in this mood, so I think it's pretty clear that things are working out really beautifully, and if I can, you can too. If you are ready to jump on this journey with me, I just want to say thank you for being here. I want to be your friend. I want to support you. I want you to know that you are never alone in this. We're all in this together. And if you're interested in this topic and slow, sustainable, cyclical living in general, I am Astrid and I am sharing lots of content on this topic, and I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would love for you to come and say hello over on my Instagram, where I'm sharing a bunch of beautiful reminders and tools as well to reconnect with yourself and reconnect with nature, to be able to let fully go of your limiting beliefs. I personally believe that you have to actually really confront yourself, ask yourself, what exactly are these limiting beliefs? Where do they come from? And how can I meet them with kindness and with love while allowing myself to let go of them? In this process, there will be no such thing as judging ourselves, being hard on ourselves. When we meet ourselves with kindness, we are able to move forward in a much healthier and also faster way. I feel like this is an incredible thing to journal on. Ask yourself, what limiting beliefs do you have around yourself and and being able to create the life of your dreams. Don't you think that you're worthy? And why don't you think that you're worthy? Or don't you think that you're capable? And why don't you think that you're capable? Could be also a bunch of other things. Just really try and get to the root of exactly what your personal limiting beliefs are, because this is such a personal and individual story. It can be connected to all sorts of experiences that you have had in your life. And so I just want you to really get in there and allow yourself to just look these limiting beliefs straight in the eyes and tell them, hell no, I am not giving into you anymore. And here's how I'm gonna do it. And so for each limiting belief that you have, I want you to write down a specific thing that you can do to meet that belief with kindness in order to turn it 180 degrees around. And I'm gonna give you an example of something that I did in my own life. For me, a really big subject has been education. I felt that I needed to have a widely known and recognized education in order to be taken seriously, and in order for people to listen and to believe in the things that I was sharing from my heart. And so I started asking myself, why do I feel this way? Sometimes it can be really helpful to turn the whole thing around and say, if I were speaking to my friend about this, would I ever question them and their really valuable knowledge if it resonated with me, even though they didn't have a certain education? No, I would not let that affect the way that I'm taking this information in. If I trust in someone that has nothing to do with their education, obviously it can be like really cool and positive to have a huge amount of knowledge around a certain topic from a certain degree. But I also think that having teachings from living our lives and from living experiences can be just as valuable. And so I just kept, oh my god, there is like a really beautiful bird sitting right over there, and it's so close to me, and it is not a bird that I've ever seen up close before. Oh my god, this is just proof that when you show up with kindness in this world, you become magnetic. You literally become magnetic and attract love and abundance. What I was saying was that I just kept reminding myself of this. I kept physically telling myself this over and over again every time that I was questioning myself. I have so many beautiful examples of letting go of these limiting beliefs. Another thing could be about tuning into your creativity, taking responsibility over your own life and over your own creativity. And every time that you want to get in a creative flow, instead of just sitting down and feeling gloomy, listen to a certain song that gets you in a creative mood, or do a certain exercise that gets you in a creative mode. Do something about it. I know that as soon as you start doing more specific things and meeting your limiting beliefs with kindness, you are gonna feel so much better, and things are gonna change so much faster than you ever thought possible. You are gonna become magnetic because the beliefs that we have really shape the way that we live, and they shape who we are and who we become. This means that every single breath is a chance for a new beginning, a new learning, a new start. After having reflected on these things, ask yourself, what is the best that could happen? We have such a tendency to constantly ask ourselves, oh no, but if I do this, what if this happens? And what if this happens? What if I lose my job? What if I don't have a certain income? What if my relationship with this person doesn't turn into what I expected it to? What if I don't become the exact version of myself that I am envisioning? What if everything that is supposed to happen is exactly what happens? What if you lean back and you trust in yourself and you trust in something that's bigger than yourself, that things are gonna turn out exactly the way that they're supposed to? What is the best that can happen? Just asking myself that question feels so heartwarming and empowering, makes me want to dream, and it makes me want to take action. I would love to hear in the comments how that question makes you feel. The things that I'm sharing in these cases might feel very abstract and hard to grab. If you want to start with something more specific, then start envisioning what a day in your dream life actually looks like and how you can move closer to that. For me, a day in my dream life includes a slow and nourishing morning where I get to spend time outside. It includes nourishing myself in every way according to my hormonal cycle. Also includes me being happy, feeling grounded. This is just an example of something that is a part of what a dream day looks like for me. But let's say this is our vision, and at the moment in our current living situation, this feels unachievable. So what we're gonna do is we are oh, there's a little bee. We are gonna take out one thing of that routine and we're gonna incorporate that specific thing into our lives. Let's say this specific thing is going to be in the morning, going outside consistently, regardless of the weather. So what we could do is instead of driving or taking public transportation, we could grab a bicycle or we could walk to where we need to be during that day. And this way, naturally, you're gonna get a bit of sunlight. Another example could be you wanna nourish yourself according to your cycle. And every evening, you're gonna set aside 10 minutes to plan a nourishing breakfast for the next morning. So you don't have to think about that if you don't have time in the morning. These are just a few examples of really small steps that you can take right now in this very moment in order to create the life of your dreams while living the life of your dreams. In order to live your dream life, you need to surround yourself with your dream people. I once heard, I don't know if this is like scientifically based or anything, but I once heard that you basically become a mixture of the 7 people that you spend the most time with. I do really think that the people we surround ourselves with have a much bigger impact on our lives than we probably realize. Identify your values and find people that share those same values that can challenge you to grow, believe in you, and cheer for you when you need it. If this is not the people that you have in your life right now, look for ways to find those people and surround yourself with kindness, because how would you be able to be kind towards yourself if this is not what you live on a daily basis? If you are in a bad work environment or in a bad family structure, relationship structure, like, work on those things. Remove yourself from the things that aren't working. Confront people and give people a chance to show up differently and show up with more love. But at the same time, set your boundaries straight. Question if you have friends that you need to break up with or relationships that you need to work on. If you have someone who is especially important to you, tell them. Tell them how much you love them. Tell them why you love them. Tell them how much it means to you when they make you feel in a certain way, or when you share certain experiences. Share with them how much they truly make you grow as a person. Welcome in more of that into your life. I know for a fact how much my life started changing for the better as soon as I found my people. And at the same time, I just want to say, don't stress yourself out about this. Don't pressure yourself to have a certain amount of meaningful relationships in your life. When you live your life according to your values, when you show up as your fullest, most magnetic self, you cannot help but attract the right people. Don't forget your inner child. I recently read the question, what would your day look like if you let your younger self decide everything for a whole day? And that was when I knew I made it. I am totally living for my inner child, and I would be doing the exact same things, more or less, that I'm doing right now. So I want you to ask yourself the same question. What will you do for a whole day if you let your younger self decide, would that be just to draw for 10 minutes each day, or would it be to finally start that hobby that you've been wanting to do for years but just been fearing, what if I'm too old? What if I never learn? What if it's not fun anyways? Again, what is the best that can happen? And how do you want to take responsibility of your own life and nourish your inner child? Something else that has really helped me and that feels much more important to me than I ever thought is to leave room for spontaneous things. I don't want to fill up my calendar. I don't want to plan everything ahead for too long. Like, it's okay to have plans. Obviously, in the modern world, I think that's pretty hard to avoid, and I also think plans can be absolutely amazing sometimes. But just make sure to leave room to do the things that you love the most and to do the things that occur to you right there in that certain moment where you get a certain idea. Actually having the possibility to do that is such a beautiful thing to prioritize. An example is when I feel an idea coming to me, such as the video that I'm filming right now, I want to have room in my day to share from my heart right here, right now with you. And so this is what I'm doing. You are worthy of giggling, having fun, being spontaneous, gaining new experiences, meeting new people, being loved, loving, purely existing to feel pleasure and feel loved and to give that same love to the world around you. When the sun comes out, I want to have time to set other plans aside and go outdoors, lay in the grass. This naturally brings me into the next point, which is to spend more time in nature, spend more time outdoors, even if you don't live close to wild or big, beautiful nature. Find love and romance in the little things around you. Look at a beautiful tree, find a flower that smells amazing. Stop and notice a little bee, an insect. Observe the moon. Allow yourself to take in your surroundings and spend more time romanticizing all these little things than you spend consuming and looking at a screen. When I lay in the grass, I feel so grounded that nothing in my head can compete with this feeling. Nothing that I am worried about or that I am fearing or that I am stressed about can compete with the calmness that runs through my body when I touch the grass with my whole body and just lay there, feel the sun on my skin, close my eyes, turn my feet up in the air. Nothing beats being with someone I love, laying in the grass and just chatting and giggling for hours. And it also makes me sleep a lot better, which brings me into the next thing, which is clarifying with yourself your non-negotiables. Really setting that straight. What can you not live without in your dream life? What are some things that you want to prioritize above anything else? Write a list, put it somewhere where you are gonna see it, where you are able to remind yourself of these non-negotiables and keep reminding yourself to incorporate them in specific ways into your life. Make it happen right now, right here. It doesn't have to be anything big. If there is something you must do, there is a way to make it happen. Like, we all set aside 2 minutes to brush our teeth in the evening, right? So you can set aside 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes to do something that is truly a non-negotiable for you. When we speak about living the life of our dreams, I think it is unavoidable to talk about money. I honestly feel like it's a little bit out of my comfort zone to share some of my beliefs on money because this is something that feels very personal to a lot of people. And you can easily cross someone else's boundaries when speaking about money. So before going into it, I just want to put things straight out there and say that I am speaking from a privileged point of view. This doesn't mean that I am super rich or that I come from a wealthy family or anything, but I live in a country where I have so much freedom and I have access to so many support systems. I fit into a lot of very specific boxes that give you a lot of privilege in this life. But with that in mind, I do think that the things I'm going to share about money now can apply to almost everyone if we only open up our hearts and let it. We all have money beliefs. We all have a money script that is personal to us, that has been shaped by generational trauma, the way that we grew up, the different living situations that we've been through, the people that we've met throughout our lives, and so much more. These money beliefs or money scripts can either help us or they can limit us. And if we have limiting money beliefs, I don't think we are going to be capable of experiencing the abundance that we're craving financially. So what I mean with this is, for example, if you believe that you aren't worthy of feeling financial abundance, or if you have a lot of negative associations around money, or if you have really bad fears around like having to look at your account or fears of spending your savings. But we are done giving into the ideas of having to earn a certain amount of money or not earn a certain amount of money in order to live and be in this world in a specific way. What do you want? What do you believe is right for you? Why do you believe that? And how can you change your negative beliefs? I had a script that told me that in order to be able to create financial abundance and safety for myself, I needed to have a specific education. Even though my parents have always been super supportive of me, always supported me in whatever I've been doing, which I feel like the luckiest person ever to say. But no one is perfect, and there will always be money beliefs that you will take with you. And so I really had to confront myself and look deep within, really search for where these beliefs came from before I was ready to let go of them. And now that I've finally managed to actually fully let go of this belief, I see money coming in more abundantly. The more energy you put into what you love, the more energy is gonna come right back to you. And it is the same with money. As much as money can be used for really negative, bad things, which we all know, it is also a tool for abundance and for gifting. If you have a fear of being greedy when earning a certain amount of money, like put that money somewhere you believe it belongs. Support sustainable women-owned businesses. Invest in your own knowledge, invest in education, invest in, I don't know, like traveling, experiencing the world, or supporting yourself, supporting others. Think about how you can use money for the better, how you can attract it in a more positive way. When speaking about success, we have this very specific image of what success looks like. As a content creator, that might look like a specific amount of followers or a specific amount of brand deals. But those things are all just superficial. I'm doing what I love. I'm filming myself right now, sharing a message that feels so true to me and so important to me. And I know that at least one person is going to receive this message with love, and that is all that matters. If you can change one person's day or one person's life, then wow, that is huge. So let's start focusing not so much on the money itself, but focusing instead of all the symbolism that is around that money, all the opportunities that are around that money. This is, though, a really big topic, and I would love to dive deeper into it in another video if this is something that you'd want to see. I don't know. I think there is a lot to explore. I just want to say, regardless of your beliefs, I am cheering for you when it comes to living the life of your dreams. And when speaking about money, I think it's just so important to remember that above all else comes living in reciprocity, exchanging foods with your neighbors, knowledge with your friends, cultivating a garden, and then being gifted the most beautiful herbs and vegetables from the soil while taking care of the soil. There are so many beautiful ways of living in reciprocity, and you can start practicing some of those ways if you aren't already, which I'm sure you are. If you landed in this like little tiny corner of the internet, I feel that you are a very kind and a very loving person. And if you are willing to work with yourself in the ways that we're talking about right now, I feel that with this amount of ability to reflect on yourself comes also such a big amount of being able to like show up in this world with kindness and being able to live in reciprocity. We're gonna finish this video off by speaking about something that is very dear in my heart and has been for many years. Manifestation. Manifest, 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 honey. I have been manifesting for as long as I can remember. I would lay in my childhood home and I would envision so many beautiful things that have come true. Whenever I manifest something, it does come true in one way or another, and I believe that it can for you too. There are so many different specific ways of manifesting, but I think in the end it's all about experimenting with what works for you and really just having a few specific tools in order to start manifesting more powerfully. What I love to do is create these specific scenes, and when I have this specific scene, I can play it out in my head over and over again like a movie, but about my real life. The more times that I play this scene out in my head, the more and more I believe in it. When I fully believe in these manifestations, I can lean back and I can trust that it will come true in one way or the other. And that, I think, subconsciously makes me make decisions with that situation in mind. I'm just gonna put myself out there and I'm gonna say, if I fully trust that I'm able to inspire women around the world through my content just by sharing from my heart and creating intuitively, having fun with it. If I trust that I'm able to create abundance for myself while doing that, then I know it's gonna happen. And when I know it's gonna happen, I'm gonna show up much more confidently in everything that I'm sharing, in everything that I'm creating. And eventually, I fully believe that this is gonna lead me to that manifestation. I hope this makes sense to you, and I hope you can imagine bringing it into your own life in your own personal way and with all of these things. I would love to hear if you have any questions or curiosities around creating the life of your dreams while actually living the life of your dreams at the same time. If this video resonated with you, I would love to hear how it resonated, and I would love to create more videos on this topic because I think it's so mind-opening and it's so life-changing. I hope that after watching this video, you will make use of some of my tools and create your own examples, be an example for your loved ones, and be an example for your younger self and your inner child. I believe in you, and I know that if I'm capable, you are capable too. So remember that you are loved. Remember that your place in this world truly matters much more than you can ever imagine. Have a beautiful day. I absolutely cannot wait to see you in my next video, and I hope that you will like and subscribe and comment and maybe share this video with someone you feel would connect with this as deeply as you do.